Okay, I think we lost our connection there. Okay, so do we need to like reset the stream? Like, okay, I guess we got rug pulled. Let me check if the stream is working fine. Okay, yeah. Well, I think our internet connection got rug pulled there earlier. So let's just see if are we live again? Okay. Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll stick with this one here. Did my question break your stream? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Let me put out this stream instead. Since we're live on this one now. I want to show you guys the huge octopus. So we've got like the huge octopus, but let me just repost this stream. We're live on this one. Okay. Okay, so hopefully we don't get rug pulled this time. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, so let's go back to the fish thing. Okay, so don't rug pull me, please. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, actually let me get the questions back up, just so I can at least see those. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, so we've got this cool shark thing here. I thought only spaces got rugged. Hope you're well. I'm still holding heaps of money. Portfolio way down. Do you know any updates on it release? So Shay Sterling asked about money. So I don't believe they've given like a firm date. Oh, here's the bit where you can drop off. So you can see you can drop down here, and I've put up like this huge ass starfish. So yeah, with money, I'm just kind of like waiting because I'm fairly patient. You know, I used to hold XRP. That took forever to like, you know, show anything. But you know, I put my money in because I did my research into it. I'm just I'm happy to wait however long it takes them to release a good product. I don't want them to rush it like Pixelmon. For those who haven't seen Pixelmon, you need to see what they released. It's literally the meme of NFTs now, and they raised $70 million. So you don't want to be like that, because once you do that, you do not get your credibility back. Like I'm telling you. So yeah, you can like sit down in these chairs and you can watch this fish here. Yeah, I don't know why you would want to do that, but there you go. So yeah, you can see these are basically scripted objects. So you can basically click on them, use them as actual chairs. So you can hang out with your friends and stare at this fish, if you so choose. And you guys can see we've got like these jellyfish floating around, which is quite cool. So I've got these jellyfish prefabs. Oh, did we just walk through that? I think okay, maybe the mesh collider is a bit weird because I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I think the mesh collider just isn't aligned properly because I can jump on this. Okay, so where is the big octopus? I did put a big octopus in here somewhere. I need to find it. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. So you can see I put this like huge ass octopus. It looks kind of gold because I think the light is literally right in front of where the light is. So if I kind of try and get as close to it as I can, maybe. Oh damn, yeah, it's quite far away. Oh yeah, here you go. You can see like the lighting's changed a bit. Like you can see the actual color and texture, like coloration and texture on octopus. So yeah, we basically created this huge ass octopus that's just chilling there with his tentacles. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. let's see. Palace, Brendan, the fish game. Yeah, so I was just like, hey Brock, let me make you a fish metaverse for lols. And so I kind of threw this together in an afternoon. So you've got like this huge octopus just chilling there. And yeah, you basically be able to like hang out in this with an Oculus Quest 2 if you've got one, in VR chat. As soon as I get like my credentials for actually uploading worlds in VR chat, I can do that. Shahib Singh says, what is this? What's the purpose of it? So basically, I decided to make this this kind of world inspired by Brock's project called Fish. Just as like, you know, as a way for me to kind of learn a bit more VR development. And also I did this with one of the VR chat SDKs, so I should be able to upload this to VR chat for other people to go in and visit. But I didn't realize you needed to be like a certain kind of status on VR chat, so apparently I need to play more VR chat in order to upload my world. It's just one of their kind of security measures. So I'm not like verified yet apparently, but that's just the way it is. So yeah, we've got this huge starfish, we've got some jellyfish. I did put like other fish in here. There's like supposed to be small little fish floating around. Oh yeah, so basically if you want to get back into the base, you can just walk up here. Hi, what are the advantages of migration to Immutable X from Khalifa Rafik? So Immutable X, you know, is similar to GoChain in the sense that it's 99% carbon neutral, 99.9% carbon neutral. It allows OMI to be on the ERC20 token standard, which means it is now easily accessible for more exchanges, so you get more exchanges added. Immutable X typically allows more kind of functionality compared to Go20. So you can kind of associate NFTs together, so you can have accessories, you know. There's a lot of benefits, and IMX is they've got a marketplace. Go20 is pretty much a dead network. So yeah, there's really not too much of a benefit of being on GoChain. Zoomai says, do you think VeVe will maintain the drop activity high for March? Yes, I believe they're going to be increasing the drops every month or so. But that's just how VeVe is. They need more drops to fund everything they want to do. They want to build the VeVeVerse. That's going to require a lot of funding. So yeah, we can see that is that. Now let me just bring this back up now. So let's see. We have some other questions. Let's see who else is here. So after OUP gets implemented, will we be getting NFTs using gems and then sell for OMI and withdraw to fiat without the so you wouldn't be selling, hold on, NFTs using gems and then sell. Oh right, okay, yeah, exactly. So if you buy an NFT with gems, you can then choose to sell it to someone peer-to-peer using OMI. So you will get OMI, and then you can send that OMI to an exchange and cash out without the MTL fee. And that's what I'm waiting for. Also, if you have a higher master collector program level, then the fees for buying, selling in OMI, those will also be lowered. And if you're making, a lot of trades and sales, it's actually worth having a high master collector level program, which is why, as we get these people who, kind of day trade VeVe, they're going to want to start collecting to increase their master collector program level. Hey Flamingo, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. I think what we'll have to do is, oh yeah, we can actually climb on top of this. That shark's kind of like a bit off center. Also, would you, so James Fraser says, would you sell a secret rare Spider-Man to buy a Todd, resale Pride R2? If it was me, I probably would. I think Secret Rare Spider-Man is a bit too inflated. I think Golden Moments, Disney Lenticulars, those are really good ones. Black Panther, I think that's pretty good as well. I just think that Secret Rare Spider-Man's a bit hard to sell because it's such a high price point. It's very illiquid. I think if you had let's say 20 Secret Rare Black Panthers versus one Secret Rare Spider-Man, you have an easier time of selling the 20 Secret Rare Black Panthers, to be honest. Bro, that screeching noise is way too loud. Oh yeah, I've got like birds, so they kind of just went a bit crazy there. Flamingo, I have noticed a lot with comic books that prices are staying the same, but the supply keeps lowering. Yeah, exactly. That's just called accumulation, because we know that comics are going to get utility in showrooms. So there are loads of people just stacking comics. So what they'll do is they'll buy the floor, and then they'll wait for the price to go down, and then they'll just sweep that floor again. They're not buying too many in one go, otherwise the price shoots up and it becomes obvious. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of people stacking comics also for the Master Collector program because it's just easy points. And like I said, you're going to need those Master Collector points if you want any chance of getting a drop. Are all VeVe NFTs migrated to IMX or not yet? In the case, yes, they are all migrated now. So they are on a completely different blockchain, but just because they're on a different blockchain doesn't mean you can like move them off the app or do any of the other stuff that IMX supports. They have to then build that in separately. So right now they've got like the foundations of doing all the cool stuff. The next part is actually doing the cool stuff. Have you heard any news or updates for exchanges for OMI token? Also, what exchanges will be first to list OMI? So before they migrated, they did say there was about like 4 or 5 exchanges in the backlog. And I believe one of their exchanges, I recall they said that they were ready to go live, but then the exchange asked for the ERC20 contracts when they were a Go chain, so it was a miscommunication. So that exchange just never went live. So I think what's going to happen is that exchange, whichever one it was, will probably be one of the first. My prediction is KuCoin. However, they did have 2 new exchanges following them on VeVe. So one new exchange is Huobi. So Huobi is quite a popular exchange. Again, it's an Asian exchange. There seems to be a trend of them kind of listing a lot of Asian exchanges. So if I let's see. If I just pull this up, and if where's my OBS? Okay, cool, I'm still visible, yeah. Okay, so Huobi. Let's see, okay, so Huobi is quite a popular exchange in Asia. Now, the thing with Huobi is, again, I don't know about if they support KYC with US users. I know there's been issues with Asian exchanges, so that's one. And then another one is I think it's Bilaxy exchange. Bilaxy. Let's see, it should be this one. Yeah, so Bilaxy is another Asian exchange. I think it's less popular than Huobi. So this is the other one that's following VeVe now. If you just go on the Twitter, follow us for VeVe and Ecomi actually. Just have a look, see who's following them. You'll see a few exchanges that they're not listed on, so it just kind of makes sense that those exchanges are probably coming. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Let's see, what are your thoughts on... Oh, have you been stacking any comic books? From... Oh, hold on, I think I'll let skip some questions. So Wiz Carly says, is the VeVe market finally going to pump now? There's too many factors that affect overall pump, so I don't know. I think, yeah, if they just keep doing the normal drops, eventually we will see overall price increases regardless. But we'll see what happens with that. James Fraser, thank you. No worries, James. Have you been stacking any comic books? I don't stack comic books, but I always buy one of each drop, at least one, just because, one comic book there's some good points, cheap points, and you know, I just kind of want to make sure that I complete all the comic like sets as well, because if you have like not so a set for comic books isn't like ultra rare, secret rare, common, uncommon, etc. It's having like at least I think like 5 issues from one series. So if you take Amazing Spider-Man, right, if you've got Amazing Spider-Man 1, Amazing Spider-Man 2, issue number 3, issue number 4, issue number 5, then you got like, at least 5 that in comic book terms would in VeVe would count as kind of like a set, and you get more points for that. So that's why I'm buying like at least the commons. What are your thoughts on the rare and secret Aston Villa? Aston Martin. Oh, you mean the ultra Aston Martin? I think right now they're actually overly inflated. I'm not touching them, just because I can see, you know, how many like accounts are listing them for sale, and they're not really moving. And I'm pretty confident that as soon as we get the next big drop, like these Aston Martins are kind of going to be forgotten. Also, when the DeLoreans become drivable, the Aston Martins are going to lose a lot of their kind of novelty factor of being, you know, the first drivables. Well, technically the DeLoreans were the first drivables, but then they disabled it. So yeah, those are a few aspects. For me, it's not like the best purchase, but you know, if you want to get it because you want a drivable Aston Martin, then you know, go for it. I think that's a, you know, buy what you like. Okay, would you rather invest in OMI or in VeVe NFTs? OMI. Right now, I would. If I do buy anything, it will be OMI personally, just because I think OMI is heavily oversold, and you can see, I calculated it, they're burning over 1 billion OMI per week now. So in a year, at the current rate, I think if nothing else changes, they'll burn 70 billion OMI, which is like a third of their supply. Left, I think. That's a lot. What's your end of year money price prediction? Also, your general feeling on Monster Infinite project right now. Anan One Kenobi. Oh, thank you for the donation, Anan. Yeah. So for me, I have a bit of a different mindset to people. I kind of just put money into something and I leave it and I forget about it, so I don't really think about it, which can be bad because, you know, I probably don't end up being as updated around a project as I would like to be. I'm kind of like always following it very generally. But I found that works better for me just because, you know, I'll go into projects where I can see there's, you know, bigger players investing into it than myself. And I'll just make sure, you know, they're doing things the right way. And I think them delaying has been the right decision because we saw what happened with Pixelmon. Oh my, okay, I'm going to show you guys Pixelmon just so you can see exactly what kind of disaster that is. So this is Pixelmon, right? Let me turn the volume on just so because it's even better with the music. Hold on. Okay, let's get the music on as well. Okay, yeah, we got the music on. Okay, let's maximize this. So this is Pixelmon, right? Actually, am I showing on my OBS? Okay, here we go. Yeah, perfect. So this was a project that raised $70 million. It was supposed to be like this NFT kind of Pokemon sort of thing with an open world, and yeah, it turned out to be pretty hilarious. So this is what it looks. This is what they showed it was supposed to look like. Okay, so you guys can see it's like these pixelated 3D kind of characters. So, you know, part of the reason why they make these kind of open worlds all pixelated and lower, you know, polygon count is just because of, you know, performance and how much they want to kind of render and support at the same time. But this is the expectation. Now, this is what they actually delivered to people who paid free ETH, free Ethereum to mint one of these. This is what they got. What the hell is that? It's like not even oriented correctly. There's like it's like proper like albedo. There's like no like depth to these, like, you know, these characters. It's just really like really bad. Like, you know, even the skybox is like, it's just blue. Like, it's so bad. Like, $70 million. People put 70 million. That just goes to show just how many people have no idea what they're doing with their money. They just saw some video showing what it's supposed to be like. There was no product behind it, And then this is the product they delivered. And to be honest, to build this, I think probably cost them like, you know, barely 30k. And they pocketed 70 million. Like, that's crazy. This guy didn't even get anything. That feeling when you spend free ETH during Pixelmon. Yeah, so this is what some guy got for free ETH. I don't know why they even had to make it look sad. It's like, it's just saying, you know, just end my existence. But to be honest, that monkey one I think is probably going to be worth a lot, just because it's like got some huge meme factor behind it now. Like, this monkey thing is literally a meme, so it's probably going to be worth more than free ETH. But the other ones, like, you know, rest in peace. I think their floor price went from, like, you know, the free ETH at minting to like 0.2 ETH now, and it's dropping. Yeah, like, rest in peace to whoever actually bought in that. But yeah, that just goes to show that people really need to, like, understand what they're investing in. Probably starts with, you know, having a docs team. That always helps. So let's just go back, see what others are saying. Sahib says, are you buying anything at the moment or waiting for the... Oh, so I bought some Donald Duck FAs. I think Donald Duck FAs are huge. That's like, you know, the second to Mickey Mouse. And we saw what the FA of Mickey's been doing. Like, you know, that's even during a market dip, that's like, you know, low kind of 30, high 20k. Yes, that features Walt as well, and it's lower edition size, but I think, you know, 1k for FA Donald Duck is a steal. I just can't justify buying anything else. So yeah, that's one thing. The other thing I was buying was the CoverGirl Wonder Woman. I think that dropped heavily in price, and it is International Women's Day next month. So, you know, I think these kind of like female heroes, they should get more attention. But, you know, the Wonder Woman, it is one of the most popular characters, most popular superheroes in the world as well. So I think that one is going to be doing better than what it is. It's a very low price. So I think the upside is good on it. Spider-Man or Steamboat Willie Ultra Rare, depends on the Spider-Man. If you're referring to Ultra Rare Spider-Man versus Steamboat Willie Ultra Rare, then I would say at the moment, probably Steamboat Willie Ultra Rare. I mean, I do have the Ultra Rare Spider-Man, but I think Steamboat Willie Ultra Rare, I think, just has more of a kind of community behind it. Although Spider-Man Ultra Rare is a good shout as well. Let's see, Sahib, how much lower do you think OMI will go in the coming weeks and months? I think it could go as low as, you know, 0.3 cents. Will it go there? Depends if Vladimir Putin, you know, unleashes some nukes. Then yeah, I think OMI could go to like even 0.2, 0.1 cent again. But, you know, this stuff is kind of outside of our control. I think, you know, OMI is very, very sound for the next, you know, year or two. What are your thoughts on the gamification of Marvel Mighties? Do you think they'll really do it? I believe if David Yu wants to do it, there are people who will do it. You know, a lot of VeVe's partners, they're very capable of creating a Marvel Mighties kind of game. They just need the permission to do it. You know, David Yu's approval, if Marvel's on board, they can definitely do it. It just comes down to if they want to do it. And I think they do. They just don't want to do it yet. I think we'll have to wait for the VeVeverse and more stuff to roll in before they start doing kind of heavier gamification. I think what's going to happen is they're going to be partnered up with companies that will do gamification using, you know, like VeVe as a partner. And then there'll be like some kind of, you know, connection between the Ecomi ecosystem and their ecosystem. So I think that's where the gamification will come in earlier, is other gaming platforms partnering with Ecomi and VeVe first. Oh my gosh, what the heck are those? Yeah, I know, that's what I said. Like, it's Pixelmon. Like, it is the funniest thing I've seen in NFTs. Robert Bolling says, I have a ticket open. Do you have an idea on how to get unstuck on a VeVe loading screen? I've tried reinstalling. So it depends on what you have on the screen. If you have account disabled, then you just need to put in a ticket after 10 days. If you go to their Discord, you can actually submit KYC and stuff, and they'll like fast track it. If you're just stuck on a loading screen and you don't see any account disabled, what I would advise is going to VeVe.omi. Is it omi.veve.me? What's their website? Let's just have a look and see what their website is. Just hold on. So it is omi.veve.me. So yeah, you want to go to this website, omi.vv.me, and you want to log in. And then what you want to do is check your account. If your OMI balance and all that stuff, like your account loads fine, then it's fine. You're not restricted. If it says, account credentials invalid or whatever, means your account is restricted. So just check that first and then decide what you want to do. If it's working fine and you're not restricted, then I would advise probably try logging into a different device. That might work. Otherwise, you just have to kind of uninstall everything, reset your router, just go for the clean, like fresh restart, reset, and then hopefully it should work. Let's see, the jerk. I stacked up on some Suhuan Pillies, couple of gems above list. Hopefully pays off when we get APAC region. Yeah. I think, I personally think it can do well, like very, very well. I'm just kind of going for the more kind of international things, which I feel like are a bit more guaranteed in the short to mid-term. So, things like golden moments, Disney's global, APAC knows Disney, Europe knows Disney, everywhere knows Disney. So for me, golden moments, Disney lenticulars, that kind of stuff, it's kind of what I'm prioritizing. And then obviously like DC and Marvel as well. Just a spinning circle from Robert. So yeah, just do what I said, Robert. Go to omi.vv.me, try logging in there. See if your account loads fine or if it says you have a credential error, and then and then you can decide what you need to do. Shahib says, what's your strategy on buying VeVe NFTs? So like, do you look at prices every day? So what I do is I will kind of first look at which NFTs I know are going to have relevance. So Disney's going to have relevance, Marvel, Disney, those ones. And then I'll just track their prices. If the prices retrace significantly, like, they're like 30% down, then I'll decide, okay, how liquid is this collectible? If it's like a common or uncommon or rare, lower price end where there's more chance of it being sold, then yeah, I'll pick up those. I'll stack some of those. If it's like a secret rare where the price is already it's high, it's retraced a bit, I'll be a bit more hesitant just because it's more difficult to liquidate it, because you need people with more, obviously with more gems. There's way more people holding, 200 or less gems versus how many people there are holding, like 10,000 plus gems. So yeah, I prefer kind of stacking on the cheaper collectibles, but of significant IP, as long as the percent has retraced as much as, the higher rarities. I've just made an impulsive purchase of Ink Stories E for 1k. Could this go anywhere? Why is it so hard to hold gems? So Eve, I think it is a one collectible set, so master collector points right there. I don't know if the physical promotion has started or ended or not. I think if the physical promotion has ended, then that's probably why it's lower now, because a lot of people were buying it just to take advantage of the physical promotion that they were doing with Mighty Jacks. So if you hold an NFT Eve, you have access to the physical one as well, which is pretty cool. Let's see, Sahib says, and do you buy only specific ones and buy tons of each? Oh, okay, so my actual collection, I have like one of each, but for the things I want to flip, I will usually buy a couple. So if I would go into my VeVe account, I think maybe I can just show you guys. So let's see, if I go to collection, okay, so what I'll do is you guys can see that I actually own like one of everything. I don't own multiples. So you can see it's all just one of everything. One. It's still loading yet. And yeah, you can still see that. Let's see. Let's try and make this bigger. Actually, that'll be easier. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yeah. So this is for stuff that I'm just holding long term. I'm not going to be, selling these. So, I try and buy at least one of everything, just complete sets. So I've got 83 sets right now. So you can see it's all just one of everything. So this is just proves, you know, like people say, oh, I'm trying to shill my bags because I've got bags full of stuff. I don't. I'm a collector, as you can see. Yeah, and if I go to profile, you can see I've got 83 sets, but I don't actually own that many individual collectibles. Now, the stuff that I do own multiples of, I'll see if I can show you guys. Why is the camera? Oh, there you go. Okay, the camera was blurry. Yeah, so this is one I do own a few multiples of. So not that many. I own 3 Donald Ducks. And the other one I do actually own more multiples of. I own quite a few Coke Bears as well. And let's see, I own let's see, I'm quite bullish on this one. Yeah, so I own 30, it's probably a bit blurry. I own 30 of the DC CoverGirl's Wonder Woman. And that's just because Wonder Woman as a character IP is very, very popular. And, you know, with International Women's Month coming as well, I think that's going to get some more attention. But for the floor price it's at, 117 gems. Like, that is stupidly low. This peaked at over 300 gems. So, that's why I'm stacking these. Like, Wonder Woman at 117, 118. Anything below 200 gems is just stupidly low for this. So, that's why, you know, I've just been stacking from like 200 gems downwards. I've just dollar cost averaged. So I bought some at like even 90 gems. Let's see. So we have Flamingo. Do you still put in more money, or do you sell off certain collectibles and reuse the gems you have? So I do both. I don't put in anywhere near as much money as I used to, just because, you know, I've gotten a bit better at flipping compared to when I started. And obviously I didn't have any gems back then. You couldn't like flip as easily, you know, collectibles just didn't appreciate that much. They would sit at the floor or just sit, you know, unsold in the store for ages. But nowadays I do both. I flip and I buy gems. You buy one of literally everything from Sheep. Yeah, I try and buy one of everything if it helps complete a set. But nowadays it's just too hard to buy one of everything because I don't get anywhere near like, you know, as many drops as I used to. It's just too hard now. And I don't have the gems to buy one of everything, so I've just accepted I have to skip some sets. So there's a lot of sets I'm missing. You know, I haven't got the complete Black Panther set, and I'm actually a Black Panther fan. See, I've got a Black Panther here, like a little physical statue. So yeah, I don't even have the complete Black Panther set yet, just because I'm missing the secret rare. Flamingo, your portfolio is insane. I remember when you bought the Ultramans in the beginning of that was my first collectible drop, the Ultraman. I got my first ever collectible was Ultraman 7, and I'm still holding that same Ultraman. I haven't sold it. I haven't sold any of my first collectibles. I just bought like one of each, and I held it because at the time VeVe was too new to me, and I didn't really want to stack anything. Which is a bit of a mistake. I should have stacked, but you know, it's hindsight. I can say that about anything right now. I could say, oh, I should have stacked Pixelmon if I bought that, because it could go as big as VeVe, and then I would have lost heavily. So yeah, I didn't know at the time. You know, VeVe was kind of they had the lawsuit with Ecomi. I hadn't seen like too much of their promises based on their roadmap, but you know, it's good that they've progressed a lot in the past year. It's coming up to my 1 year anniversary on VeVe as well. Should be in a couple of weeks. It'll be my 1 year anniversary. I've been stacking comic books because it's lower barrier of entry for me. Yeah, exactly. The lower barrier of entry collectibles are really, really good. Those ones, I think, percent-wise, will see the fastest gains. If your goal is to make gains on VeVe. Shahib says, do you think the VeVe marketplace is having a dead cat bounce right now and will go down with another drop announcement? I think it will, personally, but that's okay because VeVe still makes money from every drop, and all of that money is going to be used to burn OMI, as well as improve their product, and which will eventually cause them to apply more ways of burning OMI, which is why VeVe was always secondary for me. I always prioritized OMI myself. Obviously, I have both because it's good to diversify, but for me, I kind of accepted that, you know, if I stop getting drops, if, you know, the market starts being manipulated, VeVe's still making money from this, and that money's still being used to burn OMI. So it only made sense for me to stack OMI. It's just, you know, less headache for me. I know it's going to be consistent. It's kind of like the OMI's kind of like an index fund for VeVe. It's like an index. So, you know, it doesn't matter if VeVe tanks or VeVe does this or that. OMI will continuously burn. It will still appreciate. So it's cool. Black Panther Secret Wear was so low for a few days. Pick one up. 800. Wow. 800 gems. I would have bought that. Wow. I didn't see it for 800, but well done to you, MD. Wow. 800. Damn. How did I not see that? I need to watch the market more often. I've been busy. Like, you know, I've been doing stuff. You know, I've been building my, like playing around with these kind of metaverse, kind of building stuff. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize that. I mean, for those who just joined, I can kind of like show you the stuff that I was doing. So yeah, if we just minimize this a bit. So yeah, for those who kind of know Brock's project, Fish, so Fishies, we have like, you know, this kind of VR world. So this you can kind of visit whilst wearing an Oculus headset, which is quite cool. So we've got this shark chilling here, which is quite nice. And then if we walk down here, let's see, is that a UV Iron Man behind you? Oh, yes, I have. Interesting you spotted that. Yes, it is. I've got quite a few Iron Man Funkos. So let's just see if I... Yes, so I've got this one, and I've also got Gingerbread Iron Man, and then up there I've got even more. I've got a lot of physical collectibles. Okay, yeah, so as I was saying, let me just carry on. So yeah, you can just jump off here, walk around in the ocean. There's this huge starfish that I've put here. I don't know why, but if you walk up, you can select a seat, you can sit down, you can watch this fish on a pedestal swim for whatever reason, and then yeah, you can hop between seats, hop, and then I can get up and walk around again. So yeah, this is just something I was playing around with in Unity, just building kind of VR worlds, because, you know, I think a lot of projects, they're gonna kind of look to integrate these kind of metaverse worlds, which is quite cool. You can hang out with your VR headsets, and maybe even like desktop versions as well. Some fish here. And oh, I didn't. Where's the big octopus? Yeah, so there's a huge ass octopus I put kind of like in here as well. So you can see that just chilling over there. Yeah. So if I respawn, okay. So other questions. Oh, so the jerk, you've got all of them. I was tempted to buy all of them, you know. I saw them, but then I'm like, oh, Iron Man, my favorite character. I kind of just want to get, like, you know, the Iron Man because I don't have enough space. So yeah, there's the Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Thor. Yeah, so this is pretty cool, special edition. I've got the really big Thanos as well. Not sure what you tend to do other than Q&A in live stream, but it'd be cool if you went through Ecomi Wiki or something and shared your thoughts on. Oh yeah, I can show you guys Ecomi Wiki if you want to go through that. Let me whip out the old Ecomi Wiki. Okay, cool, coolio. Okay, yeah, so you guys can see Ecomi Wiki here. Let's just see if my OBS is okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, so my vault is about $160,000 of collectibles, $18,000 comics, which is it used to be a lot more in favor of comics. I think this is the other thing, right? Is a lot of these comics, they're pretty much gonna pop off like once they add more comic utility. Like you can just see just how much of a small percent my portfolio is of comics now. But it used to be bigger. It used to be like 50-50 when comics were on a bull run. So if we go to collectibles, yeah, so Secret Rare Black Panther, that's like one that I think is going to do quite well. Yeah, I don't have it, you can see. It's not in my portfolio. Here we go. Yeah, so this one I don't have. I can watch it though. Yeah, I'm actually missing a lot of black and white NFTs as well. I've got the Nightwing, but I don't have the Carmen Infantino Robin. I was gonna buy it. I don't even have Riso, as you can see. So yeah, I don't have any of the original what is it, like black and red Harley Quinns either. So yeah, I'm missing quite a lot of collectibles. I was planning on completing those sets, but it just went out of reach for me. Like it just exploded overnight. So yeah, these old OG S1 sets, these are really, really good pickups. I think a really, really good one now is the Amanda Conner Batman. If you look at the price of the Amanda Conner Batman, like that one is so low for just everything it has going for it. It's season 1, it's low, it's quite low edition size, ultra rare Batman. It's less than 1k. Like you've got a season 1 ultra rare Batman, less than 2,000 editions for less than 1k. Like that is crazy. Like that's why I just couldn't justify the battle statue being above 1k, or like a lot of these newer collectibles being above 1k. Like why can those be justified being above 1k when you have the season 1 ultra rare Amanda Conner Batman, less than 2,000 editions, below 1k? It just didn't make sense. So that to me just told me some of these collectibles are being manipulated or overhyped. So I kind of stayed away from them, and I bought my my battle statue for around about 600-ish. That's the price that I said I would get it at. Let's see now if we go back to OBS. Okay, so JP, funny, I was at 160, now 90. Yeah, I think everyone's down about 50%. I think 50% is on average what most people are down by. If you're someone who kind of hoarded golden moments, I think even then you'd still be down by about 50%. Yeah, people who actually were holding a lot of the season 1 collectibles, I think they're less hit because it was the more recent seasons that were more inflated. The older seasons, they've kind of held a bit more steady. Is the Fishies your project? No, it's not my project, it's Brock's project. I just said to Brock I'll play around and make a VR world for Fishies. So if you haven't seen Fishies, it's really cool. It's basically, what's cool about Brock is he made a product, as the NFTs were being minted, so you had utility straight away. You weren't buying an NFT and then waiting for stuff to be made. And you basically have access to these tanks. So you have your own tank. When you get a fish, you can put it in your tank, and then you can kind of visualize it, accessorize it. You can even participate in these kind of games that he's building. You can interact with your fish. They send you messages and things. It reminds me kind of there was a game I used to play which was very similar, and it was a game on those if you're old like me, those old cable boxes with the remotes, and you had a game built into it, like Sky TV. They used to have games on their kind of Sky TV boxes. There was a fish game on there where you could have your own fish tank, and I sat there as a kid playing it for hours and hours. It reminds me of that, which is really, really cool. Yeah, I mean, let me know if you're old enough to remember being able to play games on your TV with those old Sky boxes. I think, how old was I? I was probably less than 10 years old, I think, at the time when they had those Sky TV boxes. I think I was 8, 9, 10, 10 years old, around about that age. Let's see. Is there an app or website where you can add your collectibles and the prices you bought them? Yeah, that's Ecomi Wiki. So Ecomi Wiki is like a pretty good VeVe portfolio tracking site. Do you think VeVe will do some Disney drop regarding the 35th anniversary? I think they could do if Disney pushes for it. And I think Disney probably will. So yeah. Oh, the other thing is, back when Alex was talking about the 4 chilies. Oh, maybe I can show you guys the VeVe room. That's a pretty hilarious one I was just playing around with. Let's see. Oh, I think it's in here actually. Is it in here? Yeah, so basically with the VeVe room, oh wait, maybe I didn't save that one. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, Alex, he did kind of get grilled a bit over the chili thing, but I remember they said that, you know, the first drop we had, wherever it was 2 out of 4 chilies, and then the recent Aston Martin, they said 3 chilies. That means there's something coming that's 4 out of 4 chilies. So I think we will get another gem squeeze, personally, unless that was a mistake in wording. But it implies to me that there is something coming that's even bigger than the Black Panther and the Aston Martin that we had. So I think there will be another gem squeeze, which is why I'm trying to stay liquid. Let's see, Millum. Oh, hey Millum. Howdy K, how's things over the pond? Yeah, all good. It is quite cold. I was going to go get some food in a bit as well. Let's see, Ethan. Ethan says, haha, still cannot believe you landed Aston Martin last night. Yes, yeah. I got the Aston Martin, the ultra rare one. I didn't get the secret rare one just because I gave up. You know, I'd normally try for 16, maybe 20 minutes, and I didn't realize they were giving out rebounds at 44 minutes, so I didn't get the secret rare. I got the ultra rare using Bravegate. Because in the UK, it's pretty much impossible to land a drop now unless you use Bravegate or go for the rebounds. That's just how it is. But until we get the new drop system, you know, it's just you kind of have to adapt your strategy. Ethan, loving your weekly live sessions. Thank you, Ethan. Thanks for dropping in. You can't add the price you bought the NFT for. No, you cannot. That is true. I think you're just going to have to manually track it on a spreadsheet. What you can do is Buck Thompson, he had a spreadsheet. I don't know if he's still updating it, but you could put in the price that you paid for the NFT, and then on a column it will be updating with like the current price, but it's a manual update kind of thing. So Ecomi Wiki kind of does it automatically. I think Ecomi Wiki will eventually add like the option to put in how much you purchased it for, and that should make it a bit easier. Alternatively, you can, you just have to track it with a spreadsheet yourself. So you can't add the let's see, Massive Crew Fan, first edition #1 Aston Martin on VeVe has 51 bids, now at 1 million. Many of the bidders have single-digit collectibles. So those people bidding, I don't think they actually have 1 million gems. I think they're just doing it to screw up the auction. VeVe still allows that for some reason. So you can still bid on things without actually having the gems for it. So I could go right now, I could bid 2 million gems and just screw up the entire auction. So yeah, it's a bit of a flawed system. Like, I think you should have the gems in your account if you want to bid on something. You can't bid on something for 100k if you don't have the 100k gems. That's just the way that I think it should work. But's not updating his spreadsheet. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it didn't make sense because Ecomi Wiki, everyone's just kind of using that, so there wasn't really much use of him continuously updating his spreadsheet. And I think Ecomi Wiki will eventually add the ability to kind of add, you know, how much you paid for a collectible. Quick last question: if you had the money to buy R2D2, do you go for it, or it's better to go into OMI instead? Oh, personally, I would still go for OMI, but R2D2 is very undervalued in my opinion compared to other collectibles. You know, Star Wars is pretty huge. That's a tricky one. I would personally go for OMI just because I see some more guaranteed catalysts coming for OMI, like exchanges and whatnot. So yeah, that's my view on things. Have you got your League of Ancients tokens from starting money tokens? Are you holding them or? Oh, I have got my League of Ancients tokens. I do need to claim them though, because basically you get them unlocked every day. So I didn't want to keep going and claiming every day because I was just wasting money in gas. I just wanted to get them all unlocked in one go, then claim them. But yeah, I was claiming my League of Ancients token. I didn't sell them just because the token had tanked way too much. It's like pretty much pre-sale price. And that's just, because they had a lot of private investors which are selling the tokens. So you're going to get that huge sell-off. The token is only going to pump when the game's out. We don't know when the game's going to be out. Well, we do kind of know. They're taking their time developing it, but it is a mobile NFT game. I think it's a game that can do very well. But there's just so many games out there that are coming out. We'll need to see some true differentiator with how they integrate NFTs to see which ones do perform well. Do you think the Fantastic Four Marvel Mighties are a good buy or the Eternals? I think all of the Marvel Mighties are a good buy. I think Marvel Mighties are going to get some more utility. No confirmation. Thanks. I know it's a tricky one, but yeah, I'm getting over to OMI as well. Yeah, I think it's just worth having OMI because once OMI to NFTs enabled, you can always swap your OMI for NFTs that you want, to be honest. And I think that's perfectly cool as well. And if you ever want to sell your OMI, you don't have to kind of go through this barrier where, it's like, oh, my OMI, I have to have a cash out fee, etc. It's straight to exchange, cash it out, swap it to USDT, whatever it is you want. It's pretty simple. You don't have to kind of go through the VeVe barriers. Zumai, do you think they're going to be Disney drop for the 30th anniversary? I think my speculation is the 4 out of 4 chilies is going to be the Disney drop for their anniversary. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I think the big chili is going to be, is a Disney drop. 6th of March next week, yes. Let's see if they announce it. If they announce it and they say this is the 4 out of 4 chilies, then yeah, there we go. We are sorted. I think we'll probably find out maybe Tuesday if there is going to be a big drop. I think it'll be either Tuesday or Thursday. Okay, I think we'll take one more question and we should be able to end it there because we have been going for a little while now. How long have we been going for? It is nearly an hour, yeah. So we'll take like a couple more questions. Okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, so we have another question from Flamingo. I'm wondering what characters it could be for the 4 chilies drop. Yeah, so I think it will be a Disney drop. That's what I believe. If it is, I wonder what kind of Disney drop. That'll be interesting. Who have we not seen from Disney yet that is big? Who have we not seen from Disney yet that is big? Imagine if they did Kingdom Hearts. That would be pretty crazy. I think Kingdom Hearts would do really, really well. What else is huge in Disney? Pirates of the Caribbean would be pretty cool. Do I think OMI will go back to 0.002? Yes, I believe it can do. If Vladimir Putin presses that nuke button, then yep, OMI is going straight to 0.02. As are many things, which will probably lose 50% of their value overnight. More Pixar or Fox drops? Yeah. I think that could be one. I know that if they've got a lot of like their older IP that they've been holding back, like Street Fighter. I think that would be a pretty big one if they did it. Ratatouille is a big one. Yeah, Ratatouille. OMI to $1 or FA Spider-Man Secret Red to 1 million. Which one is most likely to happen first? I think OMI is more guaranteed because eventually, because the Secret Rare Spider-Man, it depends on Marvel not diluting the NFT supply. It depends on VeVe remaining, heavily relevant. Whereas OMI is going to continuously burn every day. And there will get a point where we've burnt so much OMI that the circulating supply has no choice but to be at $1. So OMI is more guaranteed than Spider-Man. Spider-Man's value depends on if the people holding it refuse to sell. And at $1 million, it's going to be tough because I think there will be people looking to sell it. How much are you down on your OMI? I think I'm actually in profit on OMI. I'm definitely in profit. Let's have a look and see how much profit I'm in on OMI. I should still be on profit. I think. Maybe I'll break even. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I'm in profit still. I'm in a little bit of profit. So let me let's see. I can't see myself. Let's increase this screen size a bit. Okay, so as you guys can see, I'm in barely any profit, 3.47%. So I'm still in the green in OMI, which is good. I did buy more OMI at 0.6, so that increased my average. So now that it's down back below, I've actually made a loss on that trade. But my previous trades, because I was accumulating at the bottom of like 0.1s, 0.2s, I'm still up on those trades for OMI, which is good. Mr. Locknet, what do I use to track my OMI? I use FTX, which is formerly known as Blockfolio. So it's a mobile app. I believe it's on iOS as well. Just download it. You can put in how much OMI you own, how much you paid for it. All good. Absolute Savage, Kaloscope website and white paper progress. So there is a lot of progress on the website. The white paper is having some more revisions done on it because we have to get it audited, and then the audit we have to remove like financial terms, just because if we include words like treasury or like even the word invest, we're not allowed to include those words. So there's revisions it's going through. The actual functionality in terms of like highlighting the features, that's all there. It's just making sure that we're covering ourselves so that we can't get the SEC, for example, in the US turning around and fining us for something silly like using the word treasury in a white paper. So yeah, the website, I've seen the updated design. I've seen the update of the marketplace as well. Actually, maybe I don't know if I can show you guys. I probably can't show you guys. Okay, I won't show you guys the marketplace. I might get in trouble. And also because the features, like the wireframe and stuff is there. It looks really cool. It's like recreating a cool futuristic version of OpenSea. But the blockchain, the contracts, they're not embedded yet. So John, the lead developer, I think he's using he's working with Brock as well. They're using like a hybrid of what OpenSea uses called the Wyvern protocol. And yeah, they're basically trying to make it, there's something called atomic matching where you have to have both parties sign the transaction. They're basically trying to just make it as exploit proof as possible, because we see that marketplaces, they get exploited all the time. Some people, like OpenSea, they have this janky thing where old listings get relisted at the old prices and whatnot. So we're just make sure cover all the bases. Don't want a product like Pixelmon coming up prematurely. that would be a disaster. Let's see. Last question we'll have. Sahib Singh says, how many personal money have you put into OMI and VeVe NFT? VeVe, I think I've put in $15,000, $16,000. OMI, I've put in more than that, $80,000. And I'm still up on OMI and VeVe. I'm more up on VeVe actually. So yeah, overall it's been positive. Would I have made more money if I just stuck all my money in Tesla? Probably would have been break even, to be honest. Last one, Flamingo, do you have any tips for accumulating OMI and collectibles? I find it hard to get enough capital. Yeah, dollar cost average. Don't try and set a target each month for how much OMI you want to get, and put that in, and then try and use the rest of the money to kind of, you know, work around your daily life. So there's an author, Robert Kiyosaki, I think, the guy who wrote the Rich Dad Poor Dad one. He said this thing where, you know, rich people, what they do is they have a set amount of money that they invest every month, and then everything they have left, that's what they use for their maintenance for the month. The poor people, what they do is they have a set amount they want to, you know, or what, not even a set amount, they just spend as much money as they want on their maintenance, and then whatever's left, that's what they use to invest. So always have like a set amount that you have to invest. Whatever's left, you just have to make use of it for your, you know, daily maintenance. Oh, Sahib, did you miss my OMI buying question, or did I miss your answer? OMI buying question. I'm thinking of buying more OMI. Oh, there you go. I'm thinking of buying more OMI, but think it might be best to wait until Monday, Tuesday, or the markets are reacting to the Ukraine situation. What's my opinion? So again, like I said, it's very difficult to time the markets. So that's up to you if you want to do that. I always dollar cost average. So I would buy a bit today. I would buy a bit on Monday. I would buy a bit on the Friday. I would buy a bit on the month after. And overall, my average comes down lower. So I bought some OMI at 0.1, some at 0.2. You know, I had bought some at the peak at like 1 cent, 1.1 cents. And my average is around about 0.4 cents now. Okay, so last question from Zumai. This is the last question. Netflix losing Marvel license. Do you think it's possible for VeVe in the long run of Disney to decide to create their own NFT platform? They could do, but I don't think they will. It just makes sense for them to use VeVe because, you know, VeVe is like the cheaper alternative. And Disney, I think, if anything, they would probably try and buy VeVe, put an offer in to buy VeVe. I don't think they'll try and recreate VeVe. That's just how it is. But yeah, I think we'll end it there. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. So we covered quite a few cool things. Like I said, we covered quite a bit of stuff around OMI. We managed to get through quite some good content around, you know, other NFT projects, Kaloscope, Monster Infinite. We can see that we start creating this Unity world. And yeah, we'll see where we can take it from there as well. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. We will see you guys in the next live stream.